Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is my channel Ladybug Stitches, and today I have a Flosstube extra for you all. I will be sharing all of my Christmas ornaments and Christmas ornament size projects that I've done throughout the years. Christmas is my favorite holiday to stitch for, and I absolutely love making Christmas ornaments. I look forward to doing this every single year. Usually around November 1st, or sometimes if I'm impatient, I go in October. I start my Christmas ornaments and I just do them one right after another, and I see how many I can get done in those couple months. And it is something I look forward to every year. So I am so excited to share these all with you. I have a couple stats. I have 8 different sections of ornaments that I'm going to share. They're all split up into different years that I've done them, except for the first section, which is a section that I don't have dates for really, so I've just grouped them all into one. And some of them aren't even cross-stitched, so I included them in there as well. And out of all of them, I have 99 total ornaments. I did not know that until I just counted them up right before this video. I finished my first one of the year a couple days ago and it got up to 99, so I really got to remedy that and get to 100 right away. So that's a lot of ornaments and I did not know I had that many. I'm going to leave as much information about each ornament as I can down below, such as like the designer, the name of the pattern if there is one, and a link if I could find them. A lot of these patterns I found on Pinterest, and some of them I just could not find patterns for. I think a lot of them were free patterns or patterns that weren't even meant for cross stitch, that were like for perler beads, or were just different kind of art styles that were in a graph. I can't remember what it's called. It's got a name for that kind of stuff. But so a lot of them aren't even meant for cross stitch that I converted to cross stitch, and some are just free patterns put out by different designers that are smaller and might not be as well known. So I've gone through and I've tried to find every single pattern that I could find a link for, and they're all listed down below if you're interested. So I have my information in front of me, so if I keep looking down, that's what I keep looking at. I would definitely not be doing this without my list. And I'm going to try to share the finishing information for each of the projects, such as like where I got things, if I remember, or how I did different things, and I'll try to remember fabrics. And for the most part, pretty much all of these, unless they were a kit, which I'll tell you that if they are, most of them are just floss that I pulled, so I will not be listing flosses. But fabrics, I will try to give as much information as I can. Most of these fabrics are just stuff I had in my stash, so I don't have any names really, just the type of fabric it is. So I think that's all the information I have. I will be taking breaks in between because I have a really small table in front of me and I've got them all organized, and I have 99 ornaments, so I don't have enough room to lay them all out. I've got them all laid out in order of how they are on my list. I'm very organized with this video. I've been prepping for a couple days to make this video. So I think that's all I need to tell you for right now. So yeah, let's get right into it. So like I said, this first section is a not dated section, so I'm not sure the dates on everything, and not all of it is cross stitch. So the first one is definitely the oldest one that I have. It is, I have a pattern sitting on my lap so I can show you. A lot of these have bows on them, and I did not take the time to prep the bows to like fluff them up and everything, so the bows are a little bit funky. I might fix them a little as we go through, but so this first one is my oldest one. This is a design that I did when I was really little. I started stitching when I was probably like 7 years old, something like that. My mom taught me, and I did like a couple patterns, and then I decided I wanted to do something myself. So I did stitch this myself, and I had this sitting in my stitching bag for actually years. I actually wrote on the back of this that I finished this in 2024. So this year, I believe it was around the beginning of the year. I showed it in one of my videos, but I finally decided that I was just going to make it into an ornament because I have a lot of ornaments. So I think it fits right in. So for this one, most of mine are pillows, so they're all stuffed, and I have fabric on the back. This was from Walmart, and the way I do ornaments is if they're a pillow, I leave the hole, I flip the two fabrics inside, leave the gap at the top, and then I make bows for the top, and I glue that right onto the top. I put a decorative button, sometimes just a regular button as well. And then on the back, I have my hanger, and I put a button to cover up the hanger on the back. So this is a process that it took me a little bit to learn, so not all of them are like this, but most of them are. I figure this is what works best, and I do my bows like this. I don't know if you can tell. That way, when you put them on the tree, they do hang forwards, because if you did them like this, then they always turn, I feel like. So I do them this way. And yeah, so this one also has some, there's a name for this stuff, twill tape. I added some twill tape, and then I had this gold ribbon that's like plasticky that I glued on top to match with the Merry Christmas stitching. And then a decorative button, which is a present because it matches the little present. I was really proud of this when I stitched it, because I did the little lazy daisy stitch, I think it's called, something like that. And I was really proud of that. I don't know where I learned that from, but yeah, so this is the first one and my oldest by far, definitely. So okay, next is I have two ornaments that I made my grandma for Christmas. When I was younger, I always liked making Christmas presents for my family. And so I actually made these for all of my aunts as well. I obviously will not be getting those back, but my grandma passed, so I did get these two back. Let me show you the pattern. These did come in a kit. They are from Bucilla, called More Tiny Stockings. And there are 30 in this kit. I think the kit said it was from 2011, so they are pretty old, but I have been finding them in, I think it's the Stitchery magazine, or catalog. They have a website where they sell a lot of cross-stitch patterns, and that's what I used to always buy my stuff from. So these patterns are still available. I'm pretty sure I've seen them. I've done a lot of these, but I have not done all of them. I still have all the stuff inside of it to make them, and I would really like to make some more one day. I would love to finish this kit up. But yeah, so that is where I got that from. And the first one is this little snowman. Hopefully you can see that. I was looking at it, did get a little bit stained, but my stitching, I must have been like, if this was like 2011, I probably got it in like 2012 maybe, if not 2011. So I was a tween. So this is pretty good stitching. I was looking at it before I started my video. It's pretty good stitching for like 11, 12-year-old. I finished it with felt on the back, but I glued it, so it's a little bit stiff. There might be cardboard in here, I'm not sure, but there is stuffing. And then I added a little ribbon. These are like the Christmas ribbons, so they're like plasticky. My mom helped me finish these, and she's not the most crafty, so she wasn't sure how to help me on this, so we did our best. But I think it turned out super cute. So we have that one, and then we also have the gingerbread house. This one is definitely not as stuffed. It's pretty solid down here. But I think they're still super cute. And then I did a silver ribbon at the top. I think they're super cute. So those are also some of my oldest. And then I have two more kits that I did. The first one is Bucilla, My First Stitch Season's Greetings. I got this kit and the next kit for Christmas one year. I was really excited. I wanted to get some kits for Christmas. And so there's that one. I do add a little clip to hang it on the tree, but it fell off. I think it's so cute. It's actually really good stitching for me being so young when I got these. And then on the back, I just put the cardboard on the back, and then a couple years ago I added the glue because it kept falling out. And then I also have the Snowman of the same brand. This says it's from 2010, so I'm not sure if I got it in 2010 or if I got it later. I'm not really sure. That's the copyright date on these. Super cute. This one does have the little hook on the top. Okay, so those are pretty much my oldest that I've done myself. And then next we have my snowman sled. So this is a pattern from Foxwood Crossings. It's called Snow Grateful. I ordered 4 of these sleds and I stitched 2 of them twice, but I can't remember which one I stitched twice. I gave 3 of these to my 3 aunts, and then I gave the other one to my grandma, so that's why I have this now. And I really love this. I think it's so cute. I love the little cardinal. And then, so this is stitched on perforated paper. And then I did a little bow, and then I unraveled the bow, and then I added some jingle bells and just tied them on, glued them on. I didn't glue them very well, but I think it turned out really cute. And it's one of those mini sleds. I think they have a bigger size now. I would love to stitch one of these for myself as well, but I just have to buy the sled again. Okay. Let's see. This next one is not cross stitch. It is plastic canvas, and I got it in my grandma's Christmas decorations. I was going through it after she passed to get rid of things, and I found this and it was super cute, so I kept it myself. It's like a little lantern. So it is plastic canvas. So with this, if you're not aware, you do half a stitch, half a cross stitch, and it's on this big plastic canvas. I think it's like, usually they're like a 10 count or 11 count, and then there's a little hanger on the top. And I put that on my tree because I think it's really cute. So I have no patterns or any information on this. And then next, I also have no information on these, but I can't remember where we used to get these. We used to get like a whole bunch of like craft kits. My mom would buy them. I don't know where she would get them, either like from magazines or something. I'm not really sure, but I have 2 of them. They're these little beads. They're on safety pins, and then you put the beads on and you tie them together with the what is that called? Pipe cleaners, and then you add the little bow to the top and a little ribbon. This one I didn't have the ribbon for, so I just stick it in my tree usually. So it's something different. Next, let's see. Next I have my scrap ornaments. After my grandparents passed, I took some of their clothes and I made some little pillows out of, it was my grandpa's flannels and my grandma's shirts. I made little pillows with their names on them. It's their signature. I would have shown them, but it's their signatures. I embroidered it on like 18 different pillows. It was a big project. But I had a whole bunch of scraps after, and I didn't feel like throwing them away because I didn't want to. So I did have, I had these little plastic ornaments, and I just put the scraps of their clothes in here. So it's cute. I like having my grandparents on my tree, so I like that. And then the last one is this ornament that I got from Shutterfly. My mom and I got like these free, like you get coupons from Shutterfly all the time, and I had 2 that I could get metal ornaments for free. All I had to pay was shipping. Shipping is crazy, so it's kind of like a little bit of a scam, you know. But we both got these little ornaments with our cat on her. Her name is Lucy, and she's so sassy. So that's the front, and then we didn't know what to put on the back, so I just had this picture of her little feet. I don't know why, but it's cute, so I put that on my tree every year too. Okay, so that is the first section. The second section is Let me move some things around since I'm done with that. The second section is ornaments from 2018. That I started stitching again. I took a really long break between stitching, and I started stitching in early 2018, like January. And I was trying to get my feet under me, trying to figure out what I wanted to stitch, and I found all these patterns on Pinterest. So I tried to find as many as I could. This first one I did find. It is by Aliolka Designs, and I have a link for this one as well. It's a little robin on a present. I don't know which one of these I stitched first. So the rest of these are not in any order besides the sections they're in, so don't read too much into the order that I picked. This is on a 14 count brownish taupe. I don't know. It's not white. And I was a little bit disappointed when I finished this because you couldn't see all the snowflakes. Also with these, I had all these projects and I wasn't really creative in the way that I knew how to finish them. And I started watching Priscilla and Chelsea of the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. And I really liked the way they stitch things and finish things. But I didn't have a lot of finishing pieces. So what I decided to do was just put the stitching on cardboard and then put it on some craft paper and then put that on some cardboard as well and just have them sit like this. So some of these first ones are just finished like this, and I just prop them up against different things. So this is craft paper and that's just cardboard. And everything I have from here on out is pretty much dated and has my name on the back in some way. So that's how I'm able to figure out all this stuff. But yeah, I like that little birdie. And then the next one, I could not find the pattern for it. So I'm gonna say it was just like a little freebie thing that somebody put out there. It's just like pixel art, that's what it's called, pixel art. Somebody just created little pixel art, or it was for perler beads, a lot of perler beads patterns for some reason. And so I could not find any information about this, so I'm really sorry about that. But it is a little reindeer. And this is on a magnet and it's on a little pedestal, and it's such a cute little reindeer. I think some of these I did customize the colors a little bit. I'm not really sure. I can't remember what color the ornaments were. They might have been this color, but I'm not really sure. So, and a little pedestal. So that was all I did for 2018. I stitched a lot of different things in 2018, and I did a couple of really big pieces, so I did not get a lot of little stitches done. So that's all for 2018. 2019, I can already tell this is going to be a really long video, so I'm going to try to go a little bit quicker. 2019, my mom used to stitch when she was probably my age. And she had these patterns that she had done, and they were kits, and she just had the patterns left, and I decided if I wanted to try them out, I could, and I could stitch them for myself. So this first one is Noel, it's Noel Teddy with Packages by Country Wireworks. So it's supposed to be finished on this little hanger, and it's just supposed to be the fabric, and it's frayed at the end. My mom still has all of these, but I did not finish them that way. So this is on 28 count. This was like one of my first tries of using 28 count, so that's why I used a pattern that my mom already had. And it's a cute little bear. I think this turned out really adorable. I was trying to find patterns that had everything kind of connected, so I wouldn't have to count over too far, because I didn't really know how to count on 28 count at all. So I did figure it out eventually. This is actually the first time I stitched over 2 on 28 count. The last one I'm going to show you in this section is my very first time stitching on 28 count. And I stitched it over 1 because I wanted to get my feet under me. This is another one that's finished on cardboard, and then I just added a little rickrack. This is just some green paper. And next I have Christmas 1988 Santa by Country Wireworks as well. This one also is supposed to be finished on a hanger. And I stitched this one on 28 count because I was really interested in it. And I did the date instead of a 1988 at the bottom. And this is also on some paper and cardboard. It's just a lot of, I have a lot of craft paper, so I wanted to use some of it up as well. Super cute. And then, let's see. This next one, I could not find the pattern for anywhere. So it was another free pattern that was on Pinterest, and I'm not really sure where it came from, but it's a little candy cane. I did customize it myself because, excuse me, sorry, throwing it at you. The red is supposed to be two-toned, and the white was supposed to have two different colors as well. And I decided to just simplify it for myself and just do red and white. And then I outlined the bow with white floss as well. And then this is also more cardboard and craft paper. And like I said, I just propped these up on little different things and it looks pretty cute. They are stuffed a little bit too. I just noticed that. There's a little bit of stuffing in a couple of these. So I think it's probably just some quilt batting. Not stuffing, but quilt batting. So next is Snowman by Mary Maxim. This was a little pattern that she had as well. There is no face on this part, but it is on the pattern. I don't know why they did that. But this is another 28 count pattern. And I did it also on some paper and cardboard. And there is some stuffing in this one as well. And the last one in this section is another kit that my mom had that I just stitched myself. It is Christmas Wishes 1988 by Country Wireworks as well. I don't know, she did not keep this one. I don't know where I guess she gave it to somebody or something, I'm not sure. But I did not stitch all the words around it. I just wanted to stitch the house because it is full coverage. And this was my first project of working on 28 count, and I wanted to do it over one so I understood where the holes were. So it is teeny, teeny, tiny. You can barely even see it. It was very hard to work on because it was, I did it 1 over 1. First and only time ever doing that. And it is also on cardboard and paper. And then I had a little piece of trim that I added to the bottom. And I did add a little bit of a border, just the top and the bottom, because it was getting really tight. So I didn't want to add any more after that. So those are my first 3 sections. And I'm going to take a break and come back with 2020. Okay, this next section is from 2020, and I have 17 different patterns in this one. That does not include the last one, I believe, which is a collection of patterns. I will explain when we get there. So this first one is, I think this might actually be the first one that I did when I came back into stitching, but I think it's in this section because I didn't finish it fully until 2020. So I did stitch this in 2018. I think I had started it like years and years before that, and then when I got back into stitching I found that I had started it, and so I decided to I scrapped the fabric that it was stitching on and I restarted it and I stitched the whole thing but didn't finish it until 2020. So I think that's what happened. This is DMC Collector's Edition Holiday Ornament Kit. It was in a box, and I cut the box and kept the front of the box. So that's what it looks like. And everything's fallen off my lap. This is what mine looks like. He is a full coverage Santa. He was supposed to be stitched on a linen, and I did not know what linen was. I didn't understand any of that, so I stitched it on 14 count white Aida instead, because that's what I had. And I had a little hanger. I figured out how to do cording, and so I added cording all around to the sides. It came with these little stars, and I did include those, except there was a little DMC circle at the bottom, and I changed it out for a bell instead. And I think he's really cute. Next I have this snowman. I do have a link for this one. It is from Ballads at Rotaries per Carmela. I think that's the designer. And here's a little project. Oops. It's a teeny tiny one. This is on, I think this was an 18 count. It was like an oatmeal kind of fabric. It's Ada. And I added just a little bow with Merry Christmas ribbon and a white button. And then I had a tiny little bit of cording left from another project, so I just stuck that on the back as well. And then it wasn't enough, so I added a little hook. And then on the back is this green fabric with a little birdie. Okay, next is Chicken Joy by Chelsea and Priscilla, which are the Stitching with the Housewives. It is free on her blog, and I have a link down below. This might be one of my biggest ornaments that I actually hang on the tree. This is about the size that I would be willing to go up to because I have a really small tree. So this is my version. I kind of covered up a little bit at the top, but like I said, bows are all a bit wonky. I had at the time Rhode Island red chickens instead of, it's supposed to be a white chicken, but I changed it to a Rhode Island red. And then I pretty much did everything else the same way, I believe. I did a double bow for the top. It's a little bit funky, but I did do a double bow, and then I had this button that was in a scrapbooking supplies kit, and I added that, and then I have a little hanger, and then on the back is this green fabric, and then I added a white button as well. I got a lot of these buttons from my great grandma who knitted a lot and had a really big button collection. My grandparents gave them to me, and then I got a whole bunch of buttons from my grandma, and my aunt gave me some of her buttons, and then my mom gave me some of her buttons, so I have a big button collection that I like to use a lot. So that's Chicken Joy. Next we have a cardinal. This is by Kirsten Smith, and she is Kissy Cross, and I have a link for hers down below. This bow is really wonky. It is this little cardinal with some green boughs. Oh, Chicken Joy, I'm sorry, it was on black 14 count Ada. This one is on also the fabric that this one was on, and it's like an oatmeal Ada. I think I got it from AC Moore at the time. I added a red snowflake button, ribbon, bow, and a red button, and then I added this little hanger. This was part of a cording kind of thing. I used it on the sled, if you saw that. I had some pieces that I ripped off, and I glued that onto the back. This one I did not add a button, so I hadn't thought of that at the time of stitching this, and then it's just a little red fabric. Okay, next is a Santa from Prairie Schooler. It is Prairie Schooler Santa. I found it in a magazine called The Gift of Stitching. It was issue number 34 from November 2008. So this magazine I have a couple patterns from. I don't remember where I found this. I was in some kind of Facebook cross-stitch group or something. I'm not sure. I can't remember. And I had become aware that this issue of this magazine was free for the month of November one year, and I took advantage of that, and I printed out most of the patterns that I liked, and that's where some of these do come from. So if you're aware, I don't know how to get this magazine anymore. You might be able to look online. You might have to pay for it. It was only free for that month of November for that year, so must have been 2019 or 2020, I can't remember. But this is the only Prairie Schooler Santa that I have, and he's so cute. He's very buff. He's a very buff Santa. I had this ribbon that was candy canes, so I made a bow, and then this silver button, and then I added a hanger with the same ribbon, and then on the back is that green fabric again and a black button. Okay, next is, let's see. This is from the same magazine, Moose Be Christmas, I think it might have been called. It is from Meg Thompson Chenal of Flower Thread Company. I love this one. It Must Be Christmas is so cute. So this one I went a little woodsy with. I'm dropping all my patterns on the floor. This is a ribbon that's got like plaid Christmas trees and a little jingle bell. I gotta be really careful when I glue these jingle bells on because I glue them with the back on, so I have to glue them upside down so the jingle doesn't get stuck. And then I added this ribbon on the back. It's just brown, and I added a black brown cording to the side, and then it's just brown fabric with no button on the back of this one. Let me pick these up because I will need them next. So the next one is a mouse, and I looked so hard for this pattern and I could not find it anywhere. Also, I keep forgetting to do my fabrics, so pretty much all these are 14 count, and I will try to remember not to tell you that next time. This one is on a purple fabric. I dyed myself, I think, with brown a little bit, but it is a little mouse. He's so cute. He is so cute with the little cardinal. So I really wanted to find this pattern for you guys, but I could not find it anywhere. I'm so sorry. So it must have been a free pattern or some pixel art or something like that that somebody had posted, and I even reverse image searched it and I could not find it anywhere. I'm so sorry. But I just added a little red bow and some jingle bells, and then I had it on this little cord. And the back is Winter Wonderland Snowman snow falling fabric with a little button. Okay, next one is from Hands On Design. It is Cut and Carry. I did not want to do this color scheme, so I added some color myself. This is mine. I did it in red and green, and I added this little cording twine to the top, and then I ended it in two bows on the side. So the bow is connected to the top of this. And then I added little buttons to the corners, and it is on a plaid fabric. So this is how I do my pillows. I always put my initials and the year that I stitched them. Next, let's see. This is a pattern from Melissa at Pinker & Pumpkin Quilting. It is a Barnyard Christmas Chicken Sled. This was the year that I discovered Melissa's blog and I fell in love with everything she had posted, so I started stitching a whole bunch of her things. So this is the little chicken. This is on a little stand. It's clipped in, so I do change this out for different seasons. And this one is on a cardboard, but it's a fabric background instead. This one's on blue fabric that is 14 count Aida. And she has a whole series of these, their Barnyard Christmas series. I've stitched most of them. I think there's like 30 of them or something. I've stitched most of them, and I did not even try to get them all with the same colors, so they're all different colors. So they don't all match together, but I don't really care if they're all in different fabrics. It doesn't bother me. I really like them. So that's that one. And then next, I had found these patterns for these little ornaments, and I had the idea to stitch them on perforated paper, and these were really hard to find, so I did end up designing my own, and I'll show you those later. But these were the first of them. So this little red ornament, and I stitched it on perforated paper, and I added a little hanger piece, and then I added some green felt to the back. I could not find the link to this one, but it is by Chouette Delors from 2007. So I don't know if you could do anything with that, but that's down below. No link though. And then this blue one I also did, and I could not find any information about this one. It could have been just pixel art that somebody posted. I'm not sure. But it is this blue one. The colors that I chose kind of blend in a little bit, so it's a little bit hard to see all the details, but it is on perforated paper as well, and with another hanger and blue felt on the back. Okay. And then at the end of all of my sections are the winter pieces. So I had initially designed or stitched all of these in thoughts that they would go on my Christmas tree, and then after a couple years my Christmas tree started getting really full, so I decided to pull all the wintry pieces out and leave them out just for winter. So these don't go on my Christmas tree anymore, they go out for winter instead, but I included them because I stitched them in that year. First is the Snowman. So when I was looking for this ornament, I did find the link. It's by Natalia Solokina. There is a link down below, and when I was looking I was like, oh my god, she has 5 more. This is a set of 6 ornaments that I could do, and I didn't know that. So I have the rest of them printed out and I would love to do the rest of them. There's 2 more snowmen, and then there's 3 Santas that are so cute. I definitely have to stitch them. My mom likes to burn a lot of candles, so this is a Yankee Candle lid. It's like one of those metal ones, and I really liked the snowflake on it, and so I decided to keep it just in case I could do something with it, and I could. I love the way this turned out. I used a fabric on the inside. I put it on some cardboard, and then I stuck it in, and then I stuck this on top of it. And then on the side, I put a little ribbon just to add a little extra. And then I have a silver bow and hanger on top of it as well. So this is one of my favorite ornaments that I've done so far, and he's so cute. I showed my mom and I was like, I didn't know that there had been more that I could have done, and she's like, you definitely have to stitch them because they're super cute. So I definitely will. We were shopping for candles to find more so I can do these on, but there's that one. Like I said, that one is, oh, this one's on 14 count Ada that I coffee tea dyed, and so it got really small. The holes got really small on it. Next is this crow house. Now, I could not find anything on this one again. I don't know why, but it is so cute. I love the little crows on it and all the snow. This is on a blue fabric that is also has some brown in the fabric. And then I finished on this blue flannel, or check, I'm not really sure, I can't tell the difference. And I added this little pom-pom trim to the side, and then this is also on magnets, so it's just on this wooden piece, and I switched that out for different seasons and stuff. So nothing on that one. Next is Country Cottage Needlework Snow Love. I left off the love part because to me that is too Valentine's-y, and at the time this was just going to be out for Christmas, and then I could have done the love because now it's out for Valentine's Day as well, but oh well. This is on, I think this is 22 count Hardanger. I had some scraps that my mom had done something on, so I tried it out. So it's very small. Let's see. And then I added a checked bow and ribbon to hang it from, and then this little metal snowflake ornament. And I did this white and black background with a, it's like, this must have been a spare button for some shirts or something, because it's got like yarn on it or something. That would be my guess, and I only had the one, so that's that one. And next we have this one. This one is from Ballads at Broderies Par Carmela. So that's some, I stitched something else by that person too, but I could not find the exact pattern. But I did get a link to her blog as well. So if you want to look, you can try. So this is how I finished this one. There is some greenery at the top that I ended up covering up on accident because my margin was really small. This is on 28 count Monaco, just like the other ones it was from, what was it, 2019. And then when I was pulling through, I accidentally poked through and made a hole, so I had to add the jingle bells on the bottom. And then I did this big bow at the top. with a little, it's got like a little red truck with a Christmas tree, and then I added this twine and a snowflake, and then another little hanger, and then on the back it is this green fabric with a big red button. Next is, this is the last stitched piece that I did for 2020. It is by Alioka Designs, and I have the link for this one. It is this cardinal snowman with 2 cardinals, excuse me. It is on 14 count blue and brown Aida. I dyed that fabric that year. It was the first time trying dyeing, and I used it on a lot of different things. But he's super cute. You can tell this one's definitely going to be just for winter. It can definitely stay out for a while. And then I added this blue ribbon as a bow. And then this ribbon, if you go to Walmart and you buy those sets of ribbons that are on spools or something, they're on like cardboard circular things. I don't know what you call them. And they're tied together with a ribbon, and so I take the ribbon off and I use it for things. So it's nice and stiff. And then I added a pom-pom in the center and some plaid fabric on the back. So those are all the stitching pieces, cross-stitch pieces, but I also got a kit from, I think it was from Hirschner's, but I could be wrong. It is Designworks Crafts. I don't know what it's called. I guess Gingerbread set of 13 ornaments. That's what I had wrote down. I have done all of these now, but I didn't get them all done in 2020. So I only have a couple here. I got them all done in the next year. So these are all done, but this was a kit. And I don't know if you can still get this kit or not, but you can definitely look. I think it was from Hirschner's. I could be wrong on that one. So I have, let me get these. This was my first felt applique kit that I did, so it was a work in progress. I did the bell, and they're all, they're supposed to be cookies, so they're all brown on the back. A gingerbread man. Stocking, gingerbread house, the mitten, gingerbread lady. I messed up on this one. I put it the wrong way. We have Santa. We have a Christmas tree and a wreath. And I loved doing these so much. I did them, I did as many as I possibly could, as quick as I could, because I really wanted to do them. And they're all stuffed with some quilt batting as well. Okay, so that is all for 2020. Okay, this next section is all of my ornaments from 2021. This is my biggest section with 32 ornaments that I finished in a 2 or 3 month period. This was the first year that I really decided that I would go ham on all my Christmas ornaments, and I wanted more and more and more, and I just wanted to see how many I could do. So I had a whole bunch of ornaments kitted up, and then every day I would pick one and finish it as soon as I could, and then I picked another, and I had a lot of fun with this. So this is also the year that, I think my camera's a little bit crooked. This is also the year that I would stitch ornaments, and then I would bring them down to my grandma's house, because I would see her like every single day, and I would show her all the ornaments that I had done. So I really wanted to show her all my ornaments, so I just went crazy, and she loved looking at all of them. So this is a bit of a sentimental year for me, but I wanted to go as crazy as I possibly could this year. So in order to kind of organize these ornaments, they're not in order of when I stitched them, they're all from that year, but I did a lot of ornaments from Melissa at Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting, which I told you I did the next year. I did a lot of them. This is the year that I did a lot of them. So I put them in the front of the line, and then I did some other ones, and then I have some felt ornaments at the end. So, and some winter ornaments at the end as well. So let's start. So this first set is a set of 5. I had a old window that is hanging in my mudroom, and I didn't ever know how to decorate it, so I decided that I would find some decorations to put on it. So these all 5 hang on a garland that is draped across that old window. So they might look a little funky, but that's what they're for. So this first one, I don't have any names for these, but these are all part of the Barnyard Christmas collection, I guess, that Melissa has. And all the bows are a little bit funky anyway. So here's the goose. And like I said before, I was not interested in making sure all of the colors were the same color as I used for every single one. So they might be a little bit different. Doesn't bother me, and that's all that matters. So it hangs down a little bit, so I'm gonna try to scoop it up for you. I finished all 5 of these the same exact way, so they're all on a board with some fabric on it. They all have a bow with this ribbon and then a black and white cording, and then they all have a jingle bell, but there is 3 different jingle bells colors, so they go in different orders depending on which year, what I'm feeling that year. So, and then there's a loop, and these are all finished on cardboard. So we have the goose. We have this one that says 25 with a sheep and a pig and a chicken. They're all finished the same way. This one has a red jingle bell. Then we have the truck with a gold jingle bell. Then we have the barn. I love that barn. I was so excited to stitch that one with a green jingle bell. And then we have some chickens in a bucket. Here you can tell the green on this one is definitely a different green than the ones I used on the other ones. And we are ignoring all my funky bows. They all get fixed when I put them up. Super cute. This one has a red jingle bell. So that is my set of 5 that I hang up, and they hang on the garland like that, kind of. And I always love putting these out. So I have to put these down because I am running out of room. I almost did not have room for everything on my table today. Okay, so next, and I'm dropping things. The next one is, these are all from Melissa and Grand Pumpkin. This one is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. This is a wooden frame that I had got. There's a little stand that comes off the back and it hooks in here, so it does stand up on its own. And then the picture just fits right in there. So I finished it on cardboard, and then this is got a lot of batting in it. You can see it's puffed out. And then I had this little Christmas light trim, I guess. And I glued that at the top, and then I added a double ribbon down here. And then there's a, I forgot to do fabric again. The other ones are on 14 count coffee tea dye date, I believe. This one is a linen, and it's 28 count. I'm not sure where I got the linen from, but I don't stitch on linen very much, but that one is. And then this is a little Christmas light fabric on the back. So I love putting this one out. Okay, next we have, let me see, which one's next? This one's next. This is part of another little series that Melissa has. They're all the same size, and then they have a different word down at the bottom, and this one is Joy. I have another one of these kitted up for this year. I can't remember which one I'm doing. It might be Cheer. But I finished it in a wreath. I did not make this wreath. I was given this wreath. I just put cardboard on the back with, you can see my janky back. It's okay. We don't shame around here. It's like a, you know what I'm talking about. There's some fabric on the back there. And then I just tucked that in there. And then I added a double bow. It's the same ribbon, but I stuck some Christmas, I'm starting to lose my words, evergreen boughs kind of thing in there, in between the bow. And then this little piece, this little pick, and then it hangs on a little hanger. Super cute. This is on 14 count coffee tea dye Ada that I think I kind of washed out. I dyed it and then I rinsed it out and I got that color. It's not as white as it looks in the picture, but love that one. Next we have Mooey Xmas. This one I made into an actual pillow. I don't like doing quilting that much, so this was not very fun to make, but there is some fabric around the sides. I love that little cow, he's so cute, and it is just a pillow. It's stuffed nicely. I stick this in a bowl usually, so there's that one. Let's see, let me look on the list. We're at Christmas chicken stocking. This one is finished on a coaster, and I glued it to the back. It is on a linen. I think this is the linen that I was supposed to stitch that one Santa that came in that kit. But I stitched this on it instead a couple years later. Super, super cute. And it's like on a gingerbread fabric. I love that little chicken. Next we have this sheep and chicken. I finished this one. It comes off and it's just on this little board. And I added, oh yes, I told you on the fabrics. Okay, this one was 14 count Ada as well. I'm trying to remember. This one's on 14 count Ada that's blue, that I dyed blue. And then I did a little fabric on the back, and then I added some white pom-pom trim around the sides because it was a little empty. Super cute. Okay, next is Santa. We're still doing Melissa by Pinker and Pumpkin. Melissa at Pinker and Pumpkin quilting her patterns. This one had a lot more. It was like this size. It's supposed to have this trim around it, but I decided not to do it, and I definitely regret that because it kind of doesn't look the best. But this is Santa and all his reindeer. And this is an ornament, and I added a bow and a little reindeer, and then on the back is this fabric and hanger and button. And then next we have this kitty. Let me flip my notes. This is a 4-page video. This one was also on 14 count green Ada. This is my kitty cat. It is on 14 count pink Ada that I dyed. And I did it a little bit crooked. I don't know if you can tell, but I sewed it a little bit crooked. And so I tried to offset it by adding this really big trim to the sides. And it didn't quite work, but it's cute anyway. And then I added a little bell and a double hanger. And then on the back is evergreens and a green button. Next is Mrs. Claus. This is on 14 count green Ada. Mrs. Claus and her dog and her cat. So cute. I love these little series. Barnyard Christmas, I think it's called, is a really cute series, and I love stitching them. I added, this is like a double bow as well. I just kept looping so the way I do my bows is this is one strand, and I just loop it in and out until I get the size that I want. So, and then I added a little green tree button, decorative button. And then I added a little hanger, and then this is a Christmassy fabric. I know it looks florally, but it's supposed to be Christmassy. And then a white button. Most of the background fabrics that I choose, I do get from Walmart. They have a lot of nice holiday fabrics that I use. I think that's where I've got pretty much all of these background fabrics. So if you're interested, just definitely check there. Okay, we have 3 more from Melissa. We have Santa in the kitchen with his pig and his chicken. This one is on blue. Yeah, blue, Ada. I added a red cording that I made to the side, and then it's just a black Christmas tree back. And then I did a ho 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 ribbon, of course I had to, and with a little hanger. And I did not add a decorative button to this one, I don't always. And then there's our red button on the back. Okay, next we have chicken on a tractor. This is on a blue 14 count Ada, and then it's a plaid-ish, it's not actually plaid, bow with a button and a decorative snowflake button with a matching hanger, with a not actual plaid fabric on the back, with a black button. I hope I'm not going too fast. If you have questions, let me know. But I know this video is going to be really long, so I'm trying to go as quick as I can. This is the last one from Melissa at Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. This is Santa and his chicken on a pink 14 count. I think my glue spilled. I can't get this off without getting the button off. So that's just gonna stay. I just ignore that. And this is a double bow with 2 different ribbons, with a kind of see-through button. And then there's a black cording hanger. And then on the back is this snowflake fabric with a matching red button. So those are all from Melissa at Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. Let me move these out of the way. Okay, next is the trilogy All Is Bright. I fell in love with this pattern. I had to stitch it when I saw it. It's on 14 count Ada that I coffee tea dyed, so it does look a bit smaller. Let me fix my bow because this bow is really bad. Gets very messed up, and that did not really help, but I fix it when I put it out. It is on this, on this board. So the stitching can come off and the bow can come off, so I switch it out. Jeez. And I finished it on that fabric that's got like a snowman, winter wonderland, kisses and warmth, and all that text written across it. This is one of my absolute favorite finishes that I've done. It doesn't look like that right now because the bow is a little bit wonky, but when the bow isn't wonky, it works really good. And it's this black striped fabric ribbon with this gold ribbon, which is so hard to work with. And then I had this little piece that I got from Walmart. It had the bells and this little piece at the top attached to it. So I think that really is cute. So that's from the trilogy. What's next? Okay, this one is next. My list is getting really long. It is by Emma Congdon. It was in a cross-stitch collection magazine, but I could not figure out which magazine it was. And it says, do not open until the 25th of December. And I finished it into like a little Christmas ornament tag. I did this on 14 count green, and then I added a little cording to the side of the stitching. And this is finished on like poster board, like that really thick stuff, like the trifold board. I cut one up into a ornament tag shape, and then I put like a ribbon on the side, and then the fabric on both sides is, it's not fabric, it's paper, like scrapbooking paper. Like I said, I have a lot of that paper, so I try to use it as much as I can. And then I just added this ribbon. This is a repurposed ribbon, so anytime I get ribbon from anything, like, I don't even know. If it comes on like a package or something, I always repurpose it and keep it, because you never know when you need it. And then it's just this little hanger is attached as well. So I love this, how this one turned out. It was different. It was a different technique that I wanted to try out, and I really like the way it did come out. Next is little ornaments. So the year before I had done those perforated paper ornaments, and I wanted to do some more this year, so but I couldn't really find very many, so I was a little bit disappointed. But I did find this one. This one I could not find the pattern for, so this was probably just like a pixel art somebody had done. It's very tiny. So it is on perforated paper, and then it's just this plasticky ribbon for the top, and then a gold felt for the back. And then the next one is this candy cane, which I also could not find the pattern for. And that's also very tiny. And then I did a little loop, and then I just put this gold hanger on it, and in the back is green felt. And then the last one I did on perforated paper. This one I did find the pattern for. It's by Kashar H. And it's this little one. It was a free one as well. On perforated paper with this little hanger and a red felt for the back. Okay. Let's see. Next is Gingerbread Man from Anastasia Pollock. I have the link to that one down below. Look at that little cute guy. This one is on a linen. I'm not sure where I got the linen from, but I added this cording to the side. I believe I got that from Walmart. And then I added this really big bow, and I found this gingerbread ribbon, and so I added that. I was really itching to use it, so I added that to the side. And then this hanger is just a cording that I had got as well. And then the back is that gingerbread fabric with a brown button, of course. I really like how this one turned out. He's super cute. Okay. Candy cane is next. This is from My Happy Memories, and I have a link to this one as well. I did something a little bit different on this one, and then when I sewed it, I sewed the back fabric on upside down, so we're ignoring that. I have this really big trim for the hanger, and then here's the stitch piece. This is on a linen as well. And then I needed a little something extra, so I made a tassel, and then I added this candy cane to hang from it as well. So it's a really long one. And then I have this nutcracker fabric, which was supposed to go this way, but I sewed it upside down. And no buttons on this one. So that's that one. Where am I? Joy. This is from Happiness is Cross Stitching. They have a ton of free patterns if you're looking for some free patterns. I have a link down below, and they have a ton, and I think I printed out a couple more from them that I want to stitch as well. This is Joy. I think there's a couple of these. I think there's Peace, maybe Love. I would like to do them one year as well. I thought I saw a string. This is on 14 count green, and then I added a bow with a little decorative button, and then I did a triple hanger, and then on the back is that green flowery fabric as well. Next is from My Happy Memories as well. They also did the candy cane one. And I have a link down below for this one. This is on that 22 count heart hanger. I don't mind stitching on that. It's actually really fun. Super cute. And I also, just like the other moose one, I don't know if it's reindeer or moose, I don't know. But I did that woodland kind of theme for this one with the plaid ribbon and the jingle bell. It still jingles. And then a plaid background as well. Flannel. It's like a flannel almost. Love that one. And then I could not find who designed this one, but I did find the link to it. I think they had a couple other ones too. I did not print them out to stitch them though. but they do have a couple if you want to stitch them. This little ornament with presents on it. This is on a linen as well. There are 2 presents. It's not showing up too well. You can see it in person. And then I added this little cording that I had got, and then a present fabric background with a black button. Okay. Next is, this is from Happiness is Cross Stitching as well. And since this was a bigger pattern, I wanted to do something different than an ornament. So I finished it on an old book. Don't worry, it's not too old, and it's just a book that was going to get thrown out anyway. So you can still read it if you want to. It just has cross stitch on the front. So that we have that cute little cat. They do a lot of patterns with these cats on them, so I did print out a couple of them. So this is on a 14 count green, and then it's on a, you know, like how Christmas trees have, like, you can put that fabric underneath. It's like the skirt, but it's like that certain kind of, like stockings are also made. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, this was a Christmas tree skirt that I had cut up, that it was old. It had come to me already cut up, so I cut it up even more, and I put that on the background, and then I added this trim that's really kind of rough, and then I added another fabric to the back of that, which is Christmas lights. And then at the bottom I added this ribbon, and then this is a big mess of that gold ribbon. I just kept spinning it around, and then I put a little ornament on the top. I got these ornaments from Walmart. They're in their little that section with all the little different things, and I really wanted to use it, so I stuck it on there. And I really like how this one comes out. I just sit it on a dresser or something, and it's super cute. It stands up all on its own because it is a book. So that's that one. And then let's see, we're going into the winter patterns that I had stitched that year. The first one is this Snowman in the Birdhouse. It's by Mossy Mom, and I do have a link to it as well. I think this website was in Russian, so I did the, if you go on it on your computer, then it can translate the website for you. So, but it's a pattern, so I guess you don't really need translation. But this is on 14 count coffee tea dyed Ada with some birdies and a snowman. And then I added a Let It Snow ribbon with a little metal snowflake. I added this sweatery fabric, felt, what's the word? Ribbon hanger. And then that green fabric for the background with a button. Okay, that's hard to reach all these now. Next we have, this is from Kissy Cross. This is another one that I've done. I've already done one. I showed it before. I don't remember which one it was from her, but I had the link for this one as well. It's a little ice skate. This is on a purplish, pinkish 14 count that I dyed. And I added a, I don't even know what kind of, I'm running out of words to describe all these things. I added this bow with a button and then a decorative little charm to the top, and then is just a white ribbon, and then on the back is just this sweatery fabric with a button. And then the last cross stitch finish for this year, it did break when I was taking it out, so I do have to glue this back on, but this is Little House Needlework 7 Pines. This is a freebie. Took me forever to find the link to this one because I don't know, I had to like search a whole bunch of different things. So I have it linked down below if you're interested. It is a free pattern by Little House Needleworks. And I will show you without the thing. Ooh, funky bind. This is a piece of wood that my dad cut out for me. And he put some little notches at the top. And this is on 14 count blue and brown Ada that I dyed with a evergreen fabric for the back, and then a double ribbon for the top. And in the middle of the ribbon is supposed to be this acorn that goes right there. I do have to glue that back on though. But this also stands nicely on a shelf or something. So I love the way this one turned out. And then we have, for Christmas the year before, after I had done all those ornaments, I believe, I had gotten this kit by Dimensions. It is sweater felt ornaments. I think I got this from Hirschner's or maybe Mary Maxim, one of those, something like that. And I did all of them. I did them all that year. So first we have this green one. And I had to create the little hangers for them as well. It comes with the wire, but you have to make them yourself. And then we have this blue one with the snowman. I do hang these on my tree because there's only 3 and I think they're really cute. And then this red one. I absolutely love doing these felt ornaments. I have a set of felt ornaments, like a kit that I can do. I've had it for like 2 years and I just haven't gotten to it. I don't know why I don't pull it out, but I really want to get it out this year, and I really hope I find the time for it. And then I have the rest of those gingerbread ornaments from the year before. So I have the snowflake, the snowman, the reindeer with the little jingle bell at the bottom, and the dove. I had a lot of fun doing all these as well. So, okay, I will reset. Okay, I have the last 3 sections done in front of me so we can finish out this video. The next section is from 2022. I only have 4 projects to share for this year. That was the year that my grandparents and my uncle passed away, so the year was just, it was not happening for me. I didn't want to stitch any ornaments because I couldn't show my grandma, and I showed her all of my ornaments up to that point, so I was not interested in doing a lot of stitching that year. I did end up working on a lot of plastic canvas projects. I will show that in a future video. I did 2 really big projects that I'm really proud of, so I will show you those in a future video. So I don't have a lot to share for that year. The first one is A Very Merry Christmas by Stitching with the Housewives. This was a free pattern that you can find on my blog. I have a link down below. This is on 14 count green Ada that I dyed. And then I did a little bit different. I got really creative with this one. I added a twill tape to the side, and then this ornament ribbon, and then I did a really funky ribbon for the top, and I stuck a little Christmas present in there. And then I have an ornament fabric for the background. And then I also have this little finish. This is from Melissa at Pink Green Pumpkin Quilting. This is one of those Barnyard Christmas patterns. I had found this little book. It's like a little, it was supposed to be like a little gift tag with a little gift card inside that my grandma had gotten. So it says Mrs. Claus's Sweet Holiday Memories, and there was the gift tag information here, so I did cover that with some paper, and then I just stuck the stitching in there. It's not even glued in or anything, it moves around all the time, and it's on a 28 count Monaco, but it's a different Monaco than the other ones were, so I'm not really sure what it is. And then I added this red sparkly stuff to the side. And it's magnetized, so super cute. And then the only other stitching that I did for that year is this is from Melissa at Pink Green Pumpkin Quilting, and she has these for different seasons. It's always like a lady and her chickens doing a whole bunch of different things. This is I think I have 2 actually. I was gonna say this is the only one I've stitched so far, but I think I've stitched 2. And I have 2 more kitted up that I still have not done. It is just in this little wooden frame with a hanger, and it's not, I usually like tape it in because I really wanted to fit snug in there. Apparently not snug enough. This is on 14 count purplish Ada that I coffee tea dyed myself with, and then it's on a bluish greenish tree fabric on the background. This is a winter piece that I only put out for winter. I should have mentioned that. And then I had these little sprigs that I wrapped some white something around. I don't know, it was glittery stuff. And then I added a little pine cone, and these are like, if you order cake, cupcakes from like the store, from grocery store, they sometimes include little rings. And so I kept one of those rings and I just popped it on there. Little life hack. You never know when you might need some of that stuff. And then it hangs, and I think that's really cute. So, and then I did do something else for that year. I was going through my grandma's stuff and I found these 2 or 3 kits that were like ceramic Christmas ornaments. They're supposed to be done for like little kids. I don't know why she had them, but I decided that I would paint them myself. They're not holding up too well. I had painted them and then I added Mod Podge, clear Mod Podge to the outside to try and seal them a little bit. But you can see they kind of leaned against each other and started chipping off. So, but I put my initials and the date on the back, and then it came with these. I think I changed the ribbons out. It was supposed to be something else. And then I put this on instead. So there's that one. There's a whole bunch in here. Little ornament, little reindeer and Christmas tree, Christmas tree. I had fun painting these at least. I think that's all that really matters. Yeah, these are really not holding up too well. I didn't put them out last year in my decorations because I wasn't really sure what to do with them. And they're ceramic, so I didn't want them to fall and break. Little wreath. But it was fun doing them, so I think that's all that really matters. Santa. We have the red stocking and the blue stocking. Christmas present. Gingerbread man. And a snowman. So they were at least fun to do. I think that's all that really matters when you're crafting. If you're having fun with it, if you're not having fun with it, then what's the point of doing it? So it was nice. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. They're probably not gonna be put out this year as well. I'll just put them in the bag and that'll be that. So that's all I have for 2022. So for 2023, I was raring and ready to go and I wanted to get a whole bunch of ornaments done. I wanted to give back to that part of myself that I really enjoyed. So I had a little bit too high expectations of myself though. I thought I was gonna get a lot done, and it was the first year that I started designing. So I was a little bit busy and I didn't get as many done as I thought I would. But I started with a stitch along by Kate, Cute Embroidery by Kate. I have a link, but the SAL is now not free anymore. It was free. Each pattern was available only for a week, and then you had to purchase the pattern. So I have the link to the pattern you could purchase, and it was a set of 6 mugs. So I got them all for free because I downloaded them in time, but they're no longer free. But if you want to find any of her other stitch alongs, she has a lot of free stitch alongs now. This was her first one. She has a Facebook group, Kate Stitcher, I think. It's linked in most of my videos if you're interested. But anyway, this is these are all stitched on 14 count coffee tea dye Ada, and they're all different cups filled with different things. So this one is dark roast. I added a pom-pom trim to the side and a little cookie button with that background. And we have cappuccino with a little cookie tray and a sparkly kind of side and that background. We have hot cocoa with a gingerbread man button and a cording to the side with this background. We have macchiato with a green mitten, button, and then this pom-pom trim, and then that background. We have chocolate with a gingerbread man cookie cutter, and this red and green trim, and the gingerbread man background. And we have milk with a gingerbread man button and this little trim and that background. So when I was finishing these, I wanted them all to be different from each other, so they all have different backgrounds, and they all have different trims and buttons on them because I really wanted them to be all different. And they I finished them to be in this metal tray thing, bucket thing that I have. I can show you or when it gets closer to Christmas when I pull it out. And I think they turned out really cute. So that was my first stitch along as well, and I kept up with it pretty well. And that was the last stitch along that I actually kept up with. So it was a lot of fun to do, and I liked it. So the next one is these 10 ornaments that I got from this book that I had. It is 1 Hour Cross Stitch by Oxmoor House. Let me show you the picture. So that's them. These stitched up really quickly, and I had a lot of fun finishing them. So these aren't in any order. We have Santa with, of course, the ho 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 ribbon and the Santa button with that background and a black button. Then we have this angel with this ribbon is that ribbon that comes in that stack of ribbons, the spools. It goes in between to hold all the stacks together, and I always salvage them and use them. And it's with a blue button. These are all on 14 count coffee tea dye Ada with this blue background and button. And then we have this little Christmas ornament present with the present button, of course, and this plaid back ribbon. I'm getting everything all confused now. With this present fabric and a green button. Then we have this reindeer with a reindeer button. This ribbon my uncle had wrapped around one of our Christmas presents, so I stole it and used it for my own stuff. So I don't know where you can get it. With this background and a brown button. And I'm dropping them. We have a snowman with a blue cording. I didn't add a bow to this one because I couldn't find the right ribbon. With a Santa fabric and a button and a blue hanger. Then we have an angel with this same ribbon that's wrapped around those ribbon spools with bell button and that fabric and a white button. Then we have a peace house. This one has a red twill tape and a green pom-pom trim with a green ribbon and this red flowery fabric and the button, black button. Then we have Noel with a Merry Christmas ribbon and a button and a poinsettia decorative button on top. And this green fabric on the back and this button. And it's a bluish blackish button. And two more. We have this Christmas tree. This might also be that ribbon that wraps around the ribbon spools with a brown button and a Christmas tree button on top, and the evergreen fabric on the back and a green button. And the last one is Ho 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 Merry Christmas, with this green ribbon, a jingle bell, and this, I don't even know what kind of trim this is. It's funky. I got it in one of those packs, and it's got that fabric and a green button on the back. Green? Yeah, green. So I was super happy when I got those 10 done last year, so then I could move on to something else. And I did not actually get too much more done that year. I was working on a 12 Days of Christmas pattern, and I did not even get it done that year. So yeah, what's next? I have 6 ornaments that are actually my designs. They are called Ornaments 1. And they're all on perforated paper. So I wanted to do some more of those perforated paper ornaments that I had done the years before, but I couldn't really find any designs and they weren't really all the same. So I decided I would just design my own. So they're all on perforated paper. We have this green swirly one, and they all have a hanger, but it's really hard to see with a red background. And we got this green one with the Christmas trees, the green back, and the red snowflakes with a red back. And then we have these different shaped ones. Is a red Christmas tree with the green. And we have this red sweatery one. It's hard to see. The red background, and this red and green and white striped one with the green background. So these are available in my Etsy shop if you're interested. I had a lot of fun with them. Okay, and then the next ones are my 2 freebies for the year. We have Believe. This is on a 14 count coffee tea dad Ada with a red cording that I made with a nutcracker background. And we have Mary with a green and white variegated cording that I made with that background. So those were all mine, and then I moved on to a surprise Pinker and Pumpkin Barnyard Christmas pattern because I really wanted to get them all done, and I definitely did not. But this one is a slightly different design, finish. My grandma had these snowflakes that she would hang on her Christmas tree, and they are glitter galore. She has these white ones, and I think there were some silver ones too. But the glitter, these are glittery, and I did not want the glitter everywhere every time I touched this, so I covered the whole snowflake with Mod Podge to try and cover that all up. It worked very well. I highly recommend if you want to cover glitter on something. You can still see the glitter on it, but it just doesn't flake off at all. And then I added this. This is on 14 count bluish, purplish, blackish kind of fabric that I dyed. It is a horse, a sheep, and a pig. And then it's just a snowflake flattish background. And then it hangs. So I don't put this on my Christmas tree, but I do hang it on something else whenever I can find. So that's by Melissa. That is linked down below. And then I also have, this one is also by Melissa at Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. And this one is also free if you're interested. So I have this little basket. And it is Santa with his chickens. This was a basket. It had something else in the middle and I ripped it off. And so this is just tucked in there. And then I added this bow from that same ribbon. And then I added some little Christmas trees and a jingle bell. And then there's that green fabric for the back. So it's on 14 count Coffee Tea Dad Ada if I didn't say that. And then it just hangs by the hanger that was there before. And I really like how this turned out. So this also does not, the bow is tied on with the, this is, okay, so this is the bows that goes on top of the ribbon spools. They have a ribbon that goes through, and then there's a bow that goes on top, so I always save the bows, and I actually got to use it with this one, and the tie is just tied on there. This does not get hung on my Christmas tree as well. I just hang it on something else, whatever I can find usually. Okay, so that is Santa and the chickens, and then next is this gingerbread house. I started stitching this a couple years before, and then this 2023 is the year that I decided to fully finish it. And this is from that same magazine that was free for a month, which is The Gift of Stitching, issue number 34 from November 2008. It's by Olive Hope Design, called Gingerbread House Ornament. And this is my finish of it. It's on 14 count coffee tea dye Ada, and it got really small when I dyed it. And I added this bow with the two candy canes crisscrossing, and the hanger, and then this frosty background with a button on the back. Okay, next is Cozy Christmas Wishes. This is a freebie by Lizzie Kate. I have the link down below. I think I also had started stitching this like the year or two before, and finally decided to finish it this year, 2023. And I finished this on a book cover, so I had cut the pages inside out to use for crafts, and I decided to just put this on here. It does stand on its own. It's kind of got to get propped up a little bit, but it does stand. So I wanted to kind of look like a Christmas present because it's nice and green. So here's the stitching. It's on 14 count coffee tea dyed Ada. That didn't turn out very coffee tea dyed. And then it's on this flannelly fabric, and then I crisscrossed the ribbons like a Christmas present, and it goes all the way to the back as well. Not this part, but I was saving ribbons on that one. And then this little cording as well, and then I added a bow to the top with a little jingle bell to act as the top of the present. And I really like this finish. I think it turned out really cute. So there's that one. And then the last stitched piece for that year is Dasher Dancer by Helen Daly. She is East Coast crafter. I got this from the Just Cross Stitch magazine from December 2021, but it is also on her website for free if you're interested. So it's all the Reindeer, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph on 14 count coffee tea dyed, not coffee tea dyed, bluish brownish fabric that I dyed. This one was super quick, and then I had a flannelly background with a bow with a reindeer, of course, and then this is just on a wooden piece, and it is glued on. I just decided I wasn't going to finish anything else on this, so I did glue it down. I got this probably from Michael's. I think it might have been Michael's or Amazon or something like that. But I really like this finish as well. And then the last things that I did that year was another little craft that I had in mind. I was wrapping presents, and I had these pieces of wrapping paper left that were really cute, and I wanted to kind of save them because I didn't know what else to do with them. And I decided I could do a little craft with them, so I decided to make cookie ornaments. These are slices of wood that are cut, and they're called cookies. My dad cut these for me, and I had them for a couple years, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with them, so I paint the front of them black, and then I cut the wrapping paper little creatures out. I say creatures, there's a whole bunch of different ones in here. These are penguins, but I cut them out all the way around, and then I Mod Podged them on, and then I put a layer of Mod Podge over the top and over the back as well. And my dad cut a hole in it, and I added a little hanger. So I've got a couple of these. So I have this one, move some things out of the way, a little gnome and some trees, another penguin, this little fox, a bear, a raccoon, some more penguins. It's supposed to go this way, but my dad accidentally did it this way, so it just kind of looks like they're falling now. But they were supposed to go that way. And a little hedgehog. How cute. I want to make some more of these this year, but I don't know if I'm going to make them into little cookies. There's this wrapping paper that I really want to get from Tractor Supply that has chickens on it, and it's really cute, and I wanted to save some, so I'm not sure if I'm going to make like a picture out of them or if I'm going to put them on cookies if I ask my dad to cut more. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but I definitely want to do that. So I haven't even got the wrapping paper yet, but I definitely want to, ooh, sorry. I definitely want to get some of that and do something with it. So I forgot to say, 2023, there were 30 ornaments, 30 finishes. Each one of these did not count. They all counted as one. So 30 different ornaments. This was the second most productive year I've had. The most productive year was 2021 with 32 ornaments. So I would like to get close to that number this year, if I could. I would get well over 100 then, and that would be very exciting. So I do have 2 finishes for 2024. The first one was a finish that I did back in winter of this, like the beginning of this year. And I totally forgot that I even did this one. So this is by Melissa at Pink Rum Pumpkin Quilting. This is one of those ones that had a word at the bottom, I believe. I can't remember which word it was, but I didn't include it because I didn't want to. I don't think it matched that I wanted to do, because this is going to be for winter for me, not for Christmas. This is on like the top of a fence post that somebody had chopped off or something. I don't know. I found it at my grandparents' barn. So I put the cross stitch on there with a little flannelly fabric, and then I used another one of those the snowflakes. There was smaller ones, so I added a smaller one to the top, and I think that turned out really cute. And then this one is the one that I finished a couple days ago. It was my first of the year, and I'm super excited to keep going. I'm almost done with my second of the year. Oh, so exciting. This is a free pattern by Lizzie Kate. I will have it linked down below. It is called Peace, Joy, Love. This is on a 14 count fabric. I forgot to say the snowman was also on 14 count blue. This is coffee tea dyed, and I changed the colors. Used my own, and then I added this. This is all I had of this candy cane ribbon, so just barely made a bow. And then I added this bear that says joy on it, and then this white ribbon. And then on the back, I added that green fabric and a white button that had been chipped. It's a little worse for wear, but it's on the back, so who cares? I think this turned out so super cute. I love the size of it. It's like a really good shape. I don't have any other shapes like that, so I really like that one. So I will share this in my next regular Flosstube update as well. So if you missed it, I will show it again. But yeah, so those are all of my ornaments for Christmas. That is 99 different ornaments. And ornament-like finishes. This year I will be trying to stitch as many as I possibly can because that's what's fun for me. I have an entire bag of ornaments that are already kitted up. I shared that in my last video. If you're interested, you can go back and look at that. I'm hoping to get at least most of them done, if not all of them, because then when I was going through and looking for all the links for all of these, I found a whole bunch more patterns. I printed out a document that was like 48 pages long of different patterns that I had found. I tried to combine them all into one document to try and print them out and save a little bit of paper, but it was 48 pages, and so that didn't quite work out too well. But I think that's about all the information I have. I am using a hashtag. I believe it is Ornament Party Sal if you want to join in, if you're interested in stitching ornaments like me. I'm just going to do that to keep track of all of mine, and I would love to see your ornaments as well. So go ahead and use that hashtag if you're interested. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I think that's about it. I love making ornaments. It's my favorite thing to make in the whole year. I look forward to this every year. I was gonna try to start November 1st this year, but I got a little impatient and I was done with Halloween and I just wanted to move on to Christmas, so I did. And okay, I think that's it. I will see you all in my next regular update, which will be hopefully next week. And I will see you all then. Bye, everybody.